Titans and Chargers are now off the board for VJ Laredo. Titans and Chargers. All right, that is all set. So again, just a few teams still left here. Once we show the first hit, that is the end of that. And got them off too. So last few teams that are left. Dolphins are 22. Redskins are 65. Broncos 40. Panthers 40. Bengals 45. Eagles 35. And we'll do this 4 packs at a time since it's only a 3-box break. Ooh, we are starting off pretty good here. Not quite as good as we started off with the Prizm Draft Baseball, but pretty good here. Yeah, what the heck. Now we'll open a couple more packs with this stack. So, Dolphins are 22. Redskins are 65. Broncos are 40. Panthers are 40. Bengals are 45. Eagles are 35. No, I couldn't do 22 for the Eagles. Not when we get that big Miles Sanders 1/1 coming out. Come on. All right, maybe I'm reaching on that, but maybe I'm not. Pull Crutchman 1/1. So here we go. Once we show the first hit, then all teams come off the board. But we can do this. Shiny cards. Let's get this a little closer here. There we go. All right, so we got T.J. Watt, Jordan Howard, Xavier Howard, Lamar Miller, Jameis Winston, Fred Taylor, Gary and Conley, and Terry Bradshaw. Aaron Donald. And we got our first numbered Prizm here. 220 out of 249. Odell Beckham Jr. for the Browns. Didn't take long for that to happen. Darius 2-touchdown Slayton for the Giants. That was 2 weeks ago. But it'll still hold, right? DeAndre Baker. Reed Edelman Cobb Favre. Reed Vinette Butker Portis. Dalvin Cook with the hype. And Matt Stafford. with the crystals. 92 out of 99. This card looks good in blue. What do you think? 92 out of 99. Marquise Hollywood Brown for the Ravens. Johan Williams. Eli, Josh Allen. And we're getting close to that first hit. Last call, 22 for the Dolphins, 65 for the Redskins. Broncos are 40, Panthers are 40, Bengals 45, Eagles are 35. Lorenzo Carter, numbered 35 out of 49. I like Prizm every year. It's just a fun looking set. I missed that. All right, here it comes. We're gonna start it off pretty good here. Calvin Johnson, Raquel Armstead, 38 out of 75 for the Jags there. So who's the first hit gonna be? It's gonna be a first rounder. It's gonna be a skills position, and it's gonna be one of the more desirables to go after. It's also gonna be for the Raiders, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs, Raiders. First of 9 hits in this break. Don't get greedy. They're all not going to be that good. Matter of fact, I know that for a fact because the next hit is going to be something we'll have to random off tomorrow. 250 Panini points. At least it's not 100. They save that for the retail packs now, right? A.J. Brown and Daniel Jones, a couple one-set love rookies right there. Giants are just terrible. Terrible. It's going to be a battle for New York supremacy. It's not saying much for football this year. Battle for New York supremacy. Jets, Giants. Now, the Jets came in and, you know, they beat Dallas for their only win. They are capable of bringing up their game a little bit to the point where they can compete with better teams who bring their game down. All right. But I don't know, man. All right, we're going to kill this ticker. And we're going to put this one back up. I don't know. The Giants are capable of blowing that game. Jets could win. So scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now is our Topps Gold Label case break. All right. It's actually a case plus, as there's a rebreak premium edition spot and 2 slabs from historic autographs to streak also in this mix. Braves are 95, Orioles are 40, White Sox 90, Nationals are 65. The Cubs are 55, the Reds are 70, the Indians are 45, the combination of Rockies and Twins 25. Tigers are 28, Royals are 25, Angels are 95, Dodgers 35, Brewers 65, Yankees 120, Pirates are 30, Padres are 95, Mariners are 85, Cardinals are 60, Rays are 20, Rangers are 18, and the Blue Jays are 130. Then we have our Topps Update Jumbo Half Case Plus. That's 3 boxes of Topps Update Jumbo boxes, 5 boxes of Clearly Authentic, and then another 3-piece skunk bonus, a re-break spot, as well as the 2 slabs out of a box of historic autographs, steel engravings, 150 out of 249 for Rodney Anderson. Diamondbacks are 28, White Sox are 70, Cubs are 40, Reds are 70, Indians are 25, Rockies are 50, Tigers are 20, Royals are 25. Dodgers are 70, Marlins are 22, Twins are 25, Yankees are 85. A's are 28, Pirates are 35, Cardinals are 45, Rays are 25, and the Rangers are 22. The Giants need stability at head coach. Gary and Conley, I don't know. 69 out of 199. The Giants don't need a new head coach unless they're getting somebody like Football Genius that has either been out of the coaching mix for a while or gets fired this year. I don't think if they're gonna go with a new coach, they can't just keep picking the same type of guys that they've been picking for the last like 5 to 10 years. Ever since Tom Coughlin left, it's just been one mistake after another. And how many times can you blame the coach when the ownership, the front office, and the locker room have had, culture issues for a while now? Darrell Henderson, 18 out of 175. The Giants, the problem is a lot deeper than just who's in charge. Well, at least I got a Dwayne Haskins rookie coming my way. So they need a culture shock. And I do think that there was some attempts at it. When they traded away Odell Beckham Jr., I do think that was a cultural idea. The only problem is they traded away some good players beforehand and chose not to sign others. It's been just one giant mess. Damian Harris with a silver for the Patriots. Ownership's got a lot to do with it, yeah. Maybe the Giants should get Mariota. Jarrett Stidham, sorry. 93 out of 149. Not with that offensive line. No quarterback deserves that. For as much as I say Daniel Jones is not the answer, I kind of feel sorry for him because there's probably about 4 or 5 teams in the NFL that he could be good for. Some of which already have quarterbacks that'll be there forever, but you know what I mean. Mecole Hardman, Jim Kelly, Le'Veon Bell, Marcel Aitman, 163 out of 249. Dawson Knox. I think he misses those today. Shady Brady. Matty Ice. No, Jones isn't horrible, but he's a little bit more mobile than the scouting report said, which gives me some hope. Oh, no, Eli's part of the problem. That whole cultural thing that I was talking about. Yeah, Eli looking around like a bunch of, like a deer in the headlights, caused a bunch of these problems. Rodney Anderson. I mean, I really think that when Tiki Barber called out Eli Manning, Tiki already knew the problem was there and who was responsible for it. And how many years ago was that? Bengals, Rodney Anderson with the first hit. I mean, first hit. I don't know why I said first hit. First hit for me. As many teams as I got, I should get one or two, right? First box is done. That's where my mind track was supposed to be going. So first box is done. Jones is the future, but not with the way that team is constructed now. Part of it, not his problem. I don't see long-term answer at wide receiver. And, the same thing that I just said a few minutes ago about how, maybe trading Beckham Jr. away wasn't such a bad thing. It wasn't, but the problem was there's no backup plan. I mean, look at, what is it? What's his name? Tate? How long is he going to play for? Realistically, how much longer? And that offensive line doesn't give him the time that he needs. He may be more mobile than Eli Manning, but he still takes a long time to make decisions. I still hate that pick. He takes a long time to make decisions. He is not, I don't know whether it's something that he will develop. I mean, again, I'm glad that he's more mobile than the scouting report said, because that gives hope that if the Giants fix their team, that he could be that guy that Eli Manning was. For all his flaws and foibles, he still led the Giants to 2 Super Bowls. I never liked Eli Manning either. And everyone says, oh, but he got you 2 Super Bowl rings. Well, he's not Tom Brady or Drew Brees. He didn't lead those teams to the Super Bowl. He played well enough that that team could win a Super Bowl. But you don't say Eli Manning carried this team on his back. If Eli Manning had a team on his back, 10 minutes later he'd forget it was there. He's just Jones may have been available in the 2nd round or 3rd round. Way jumped the gun on him. I think Haskins would have been a better pick for the Giants. And he's stuck on an even worse team. Joe Mixon, brilliance. 58 out of 149. Carlos Hyde. Rock Ya-Sin. I think the problem was, and again, there is no discredit to Saquon Barkley when I say this. It's just the Giants should have never picked him. Gronk, 6 out of 249. By the time the Giants fix the mess that they've created, Saquon Barkley will be out of his prime. What? Nothing. I mean, what's a running back last? 3 to 5 years? If he is that guy that can have a 10-year career and still be productive, if he can be that Frank Gore type player, you still won't have the best of him by the time the Giants are competing for a Super Bowl. You'll still have him, but you won't have the best of him by then. Daniel Jones is a bad pick because the Giants should have never needed to make him. 98 out of 199. And there were several quarterbacks that I think would have fit the mess that the Giants have right now a little bit better. I can see Barkley being a 10-year guy, and that's why I said that. You could still have Barkley on the team if the Giants, fork over money, which, let's face it, this day and age, look at Le'Veon Bell. 2 years ago, he was the big deal, the best running back in the game. He's even got a year of rest behind him. What's he doing right now? $2013. All right. It's 2019. That's 6 years. Do you see the Giants in a Super Bowl in less than 5 years? With what they got now and what they could pick up in the next 4 drafts? 18 out of 175, Myles Garrett. In 5 years, do you think it's going to happen? I don't. So I think Barkley is going to be comparable to Adrian Peterson. And look at Adrian Peterson; he's still kicking around. Of course, he had a couple seasons worth of rest, one or two due to injury and one due to suspension. Bills with a hit, 31 out of 75, Dawson Knox. But even if you have Barkley by the time the Giants are able to, and this is assuming they are able to put together a Super Bowl contender team. The Giants have drafted O-line. Do I need to look up the names of all the O-line failures the Giants have drafted in the last 4 years? They can't draft. That's their problem. They can't draft anything. Odell Beckham Jr. was a no-brainer at the position that he was left at to pick. All right? That wasn't good drafting by the Giants. He fell into their lap. Other teams had different needs. The Giants had a need last year and they didn't fill it. We'll just wait and pick up somebody like Kyle Lauletta. If only the Giants were in as a hurry to fix their quarterback problem as Kyle Lauletta was to get through New York traffic. New Jersey traffic, actually, but you know what I mean. Josh Reynolds, Rams, with a hit. You look at the draft record of the Giants for the last, I'm going to go back to what, 07, 06? Go back more than 10 years. Some of them are injuries, not their fault. Some of them are guys who just failed to adapt to the NFL game out of college. But let's face it, the Giants just haven't been able to make good draft picks for years now. Titans have drafted better. I mean, they've made some mistakes too. Oh gosh, what the heck was that guy's name that ended up playing for the Patriots for a while? But he was at least decent for a few years. I think it was he left the Titans, went to the Redskins, and was a huge, big contract bust. And I think he hooked up with a couple other teams. I can't remember his name. Giant, you know, there's there's other teams besides the Giants that have made some mistakes along the way. But I don't think anybody has a bigger record of draft busts than the Giants. Even the Jets. Sorry, Jets fans. Even the Jets have had successful players that they've let get away. All right. But that they've drafted within the last 10 years. Albert Hainsworth. That is exactly who I was thinking of. I couldn't remember his name. Hainsworth. That is exactly who I was thinking of. He was good for a couple of years, and then he was, he got paid and he was lazy. But he was still good coming out. Yeah, and they reached for Trubisky. Deshaun Watson was a better pick that year. So it was Patrick Mahomes. You don't always get it right the first time, you know? You don't. You have that early pick. You got something in your head that's different than what other people would go with, and you make a mistake, fine. 11 out of 49, Richard Sherman. But when you do it over and over again for 12, 13 consecutive years, it just gets annoying. You can have bad teams and, still have some superstar caliber players that you get out of it. Joe Montana, 26 out of 75. I like that one for the 49ers. Yeah, they did. And they kind of got the same response from most people as the Giants did for Daniel Jones. Baker Mayfield. Oh, Baker Mayfield's another one. A lot of people are writing him off. I think it's a little too soon. 175 out of 249. But there's frustration. Yeah, but their teams were always built on strong defenses. Sam Darnold for the Jets, Jets. Breakthrough. Is this one of the short prints? This might be a short print. Yeah, I think Mayfield's going to be all right long term. I'm going to go on Cardboard Connection. That might be a case hit. I could be totally wrong on that, but I'm going to double check. Because if it is a case hit, we should make some noise about it. All right, Cardboard Connection. Prizm Football. What are the short prints? Yes, Breakthrough is a case hit. It's either Aurora, Breakthrough, Class Axe, Color Blast, or Illumination, which used to be a lot more common. I think they used to be one in every few packs. So, no, the Color Blast are the hardest of the case hits. So the other four SPs are a little bit easier to get, but that just means one in every case or every two cases. So Jets with a breakthrough card right there. See, Brian, no need to worry. We got you something good. Even out of the Jets, we got you something good. You were going to trade him away. LaShawn McCoy, 107 out of 199. Yeah, and I think some people sell short this 2019 draft class a little bit. It's not 2013, okay? But we've been kind of spoiled the last couple of years. Travis Fulgham for the Lions with a silver prism. I think we've been a little bit spoiled the last few years. 16, 17, 18. I don't think we'll have as strong results this year. But I mean, look at Kyler Murray. He's not playing terrible. 138 and 175. You know, I think he's doing a better job with the Cardinals than Rosen did. Right? Dwayne Haskins is already getting his feet wet. Drew Lock could be starting by week 11 or 12. There's some good stuff going on there. Well, let me look at comps real quick. Give me just 1 second. I'll do it quick. Sam Darnold breakthrough. Prizm 2019. Last one went for 1050. It's not mind blowing. Sam Darnold hasn't exactly played well lately. The other two comps were kind of low, but this is the problem that I have with eBay comps. All right. The first one of these that sold, this card could go for more than $10 in the near future. The first one of these sold, right, went for $2.99, but it didn't go at auction. Somebody priced it at that. So then you get all the people who are buyers saying, "Oh, well, that card's only worth $3." Well, no, and then eventually somebody's going to catch on, and then the last one that sold was for 1050 at auction because people realize, hey, wait a minute, these aren't just a regular insert, they're a case hit. And that's why whenever you look at eBay comps, you gotta know the total picture behind what you're looking up. I was just comping something the other day, and that's not bad. David Montgomery, Red Wave Prism, the Bears. David Montgomery, Red Wave Prism, the Bears with a big hit right there. That's two big autos so far. Yep, some idiot priced it for $3. There was another card that I was comping out. All right, it was one that I'd hit, and the last 5 sold. 4 of them went for between 125 and 155. The other one went for $38. It was in between. It was in between these four. If somebody comes back to me and shows me the comp for $38 and said that's what they're worth, I would tell them they're an idiot. You know, if you're selling the card to somebody who sells on eBay, eBay comps are their gold. That's what they got to go by. You also got to go by ones that, you know, they're smart ones. They're not some idiot making a mistake. I shouldn't say some idiot. It wouldn't be very nice. But really, who prices a case hit at $3? Regardless of how well the player is playing, for a New York quarterback, $3 sounds right. No, it doesn't. So, gotta know what you have. Card is always going to be worth whatever the buyer and the seller agree upon. I saw a post today, so I couldn't help but comment that on it. One guy said, you know, hey, somebody was asking about a price on a 1-of-1 card and said, you know, somebody had put an eBay comp of a 1-of-1 of that same player that went for $8.50 and said it's an $8 card. And somebody else said, well, I mean, the card's worth whatever a buyer's going to want to pay for, and it's a 1-of-1. And then another guy said, that's the dumbest effing answer that I've ever seen. I wasn't just going to leave it at that. I was just like, how is that dumb? That's the right answer. Well, you don't get the point. That's such a simple way of... No, that's the right answer. It's a 1-of-1. One went for auction at $8.50. That doesn't mean somebody else might pay $25 for it. One-of-one game used football relic, I think it was. No, baseball relic. I'm sorry, baseball relic. Wasn't a superstar player, but you put an auction up. You're limiting yourself 3, 5, 7 days. You may not find the right buyer for the card. You may not find the guy that wants it. You'll find the guy who's willing to buy it on eBay at auction and sell it to that person who wants it. They'll find them and they'll get the $20, $25 for the card. So whenever anybody asks me, what do you think this is worth? You guys that ask me no. Do I ever say this card's worth $10? This card's worth 25. I will never say that. I give what I feel, all right, my professional opinion for what that's worth. What I feel is a range that is a fair market value. All right, well, let's see. We got 3 eBay comps here, 15, 18, and 22. This card's worth $15 to $25. Fletcher Cox, 169 out of 199. That's right, I give a range. you say put a large amount, buy it now, or best offer. That will scare some people away. There's a lot of unwritten rules of collecting that only some people know, apparently. I see people say the weirdest things like, oh my gosh, that's not right. You would actually say, and then another person would be like, yeah, why wouldn't somebody say that? That's perfectly fine to do. People get offended and they don't even know what they're getting offended about half the time. Nicole Hardman Jr., 106 out of 249. So many unwritten rules to collecting. I wish I knew them all. And I've been in this scene for 30 plus years. I was 8 years old and selling to dealers at card shows. Well, here is the misplaced logic. All right, everybody's always saying, "Oh well, the last one sold for 15, so I want it for 12." And they'll tell you that that card already sold for that amount. Now it's got to be worth less. But then they buy the card and they think it should be worth 20 because they own it. You got to look at the trends. All right. I've seen people say it's got to be the average of the last few sales. If a card is trending down, guess what? Average is too high. If a card is trending up and people are paying more and more, average is last week's price. Jamal Adams, 95 out of 175. Yeah, a card I hit 3 years ago, actually. Facebook has the, 1 year ago, 2 years ago. So 3 years ago, we hit a card, a one of one. Kind of like this one, but it was football and it had some relic pieces in it. It was a Spectre one of one. Joey Boza, Ezekiel Elliott. And it was such a cool card. I felt bad because we were going to random it off. Somebody was going to not get that card. So I talked to the two who were in the running for the random, and I said, "Look, in my opinion, this card is worth X." Tony Pollard, all right, rookie Prizm silver, it's not bad. This card's worth X. One of one, two Nike swooshes on the card, Elliott and Boza. You can fight it out, all right? If both of you agree to it, I will give you credit for the full amount that I think that card is worth. They both thought it over. They both took the credit. So I end up with the card. I wasn't looking to make anything off of that. I was just looking to recoup all the credit that I gave back. I gave out, I want to say it was like 225 or 250 a piece. I think it was 225. I think I factored out the eBay fees. This is one of the last cards I've sold on eBay, by the way. This is 2016. Hate eBay. Anyway, so I'm going around in Facebook groups, and I was still Facebook's best kept secret at that point. But I'm going around asking for opinions. Anybody interested in this card? You know, if I put it on eBay, I'm going to put it for 500. I'll sell it for 450. You wouldn't believe the stupid ass responses that I was getting. Oh, that card's like $100. Joey Bosa's injured. What's Ezekiel Elliott done? And I'm like, really? Most people were coming in around 325. I'm not an idiot. I didn't give away $450 worth of break credit for a card that was worth 325. So I put it up for auction on eBay. And I'm of the 99-cent theory, where if you put a card up for 99 cents, more times than not, you'll get the best out of it. But I couldn't really afford to lose. So what I did was I started at $3.99. Not one bid. Not one. It's all about timing. I'm like, I know this card's worth more. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit on it. Joey Bosa comes back. He's healthy. Okay. His first 4 games, he put up good numbers. Ezekiel Elliott crosses the 1,000-yard threshold. That was the marker that I was waiting for. I said, if he crosses 1,000 yards, this card's as good as gold. I put it up the next day. What is this card that everybody is telling me is worth between $104, $400? Go for it auction. 227 out of 249, Alshon Jeffrey. At auction, goes for 625, I think. Nothing really changed. Everyone figured Joey Bosa was going to be good, but he had a minor injury and he was out for a few weeks. Ezekiel Elliott was on pace to get well over 1,000 yards, and as long as he didn't get hurt, he was going to. Rashawn Gary, Packers. Miles Boykin and Trace McSorley. So, sometimes everyone's going to tell you you don't know nothing, and you know everything. And other times it's going to be like the time I held on to Johnny Manziel because somebody kept undercutting me. And they wanted the card for like $80 below the previous eBay comp. And I went and I tried to compromise. And we got it to the point where I was giving up 50 and he only wanted to give up 32. So for $18, I still to this day have that freaking Johnny Manziel card. Sometimes you do have to know when to quit. Ooh, this was a good last minute pickup. All right. Sometimes you do need to know when to quit. And sometimes you quit too early. I've told the story plenty of times. Bought 500 Mike Trout rookies for 75 cents. Second I saw you could get $8 for them, 10, 15. Some of them went for 20. But once they hit 5, that's when I started unloading them. And probably got an average of about $8 a piece. For most of them, So look what they're worth now. That's the exception, not the rule. But hey, we have fun. All right, here we go. Last stack. Finishing up the break. I didn't do so well. Too bad there isn't a skunk bonus. I could use something. Geno Atkins. You win some, you lose some. 35 out of 99. Riley Ridley. Keenan Allen. John Brown. 17 out of 25. Camo Prizm. This year, Adderley, Tony Pollard. Foster Moreau. 10 out of 75. You'll take a box of hoops for 125. You got it. You're up next. Bryce Love. Karis McKinley. 114 out of 249. Terry McLaurin. Nick Boza. Numbered 78 out of 149 for the Lions. TJ Hawkinson. Got some decent names for a 3-box break. Josh Jacobs, Hawkinson. We got a case hit. What was the other name that we got? Good name. Oh, yeah, David Montgomery. It's not a bad deal. Even Montez Sweat is in commercials, right? Let's see. Giants closing it out. DeAndre Baker. DeAndre Baker. All right. So here's the deal. We're going to do a quick recap. And then hopefully we pull something nice out of NBA Hoops. Again, we have 3 different products that just came in today. Topps Dynasty, $3.89 a box. All right, we got NBA Hoops. And Panini Prizm Draft Picks. 5 autos per box. Only one like this one, though. Those are 100 a box. That's not bad. So, all right, let's recap the hits in this one. Again, we got, that's going to get randomed off tomorrow. Giants, DeAndre Baker. Rashawn Gary for the Packers. Got a silver of Tony Pollard. That Mecole Hardman's not bad either. Another silver, Travis Fulgham. Sam Darnold, the case hit breakthrough. Again, I don't know. This could be a card that you get 20, 25 out of in the future. One guy lists it for $3 and craps all the comps up. Josh Reynolds, Rams. Dawson Knox to 75, Bills. Rodney Harrison, Bengals. Damian Harris, the other silver. So we did good with the rookie silvers. Josh Jacobs was how we started things off. David Montgomery, Red Wave, kind of in the middle of the bunch. And bringing up near the end, T.J. Hawkinson to 149. What do I think the 1/1 from Prizm draft will go for? Not as much as Rutschman by himself. All right, we'll just say that for starters. Um, it's hard to gauge because there hasn't been a Prizm draft in like 5 or 6 years. How will the market treat this? That is going to be the big indicator of what that one's going to be worth. If the market reception is very cold to Prizm Draft, it may not be cold to the singles, or it might. So I can do some research, but honestly, it's going to be very difficult to gauge a price on that as a 1/1. Rutschman has only been in Contenders Draft. So if a Contenders Draft 1/1 has been sold, all right, and again, it's an insert, so it's not him by himself, it's a dual auto. There's a lot of factors that go into that. I can look up a couple things and maybe give you an idea tomorrow. I don't know, but I mean it's an easy 3-figure card, even it being Panini, because it's not as big a deal as with football or even basketball, but everybody says what they do about Panini baseball not having the logos, but they do have the collegiate license, so you're actually getting college logos on the cards and stuff like that. Um, but the demand will probably go down a little bit when his Bowman card comes out. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, if you're gonna sell it, don't wait too long. But it'd be nice to have an idea of what starting point you're looking at. So I guess while I'm waiting for Daniel, I can research this stuff pretty quick sometimes. So let's see. Rutschman Auto 1/1. Let's see if there's any. I'm sure there'll be plenty of eBay 1/1s. Yeah, that doesn't really exist, but it's okay. All right, so to give you an idea, the number to 15 Contenders Optic that we pulled the other night, one similar to it sold for 102.50. It was the same exact card, different sequence in the serial number. But the insert, the Legacy Auto number to 10 went for 77. All right. Lower print run, but because it was the insert, less of a result. Now, interestingly enough, the Hyper Refractor went for 200, and that's numbered to 20. The Mojo is to 15, and that was pricing at about 100. So you see right there, eBay comps can't trust it. The easier one to find is going for twice as much as the harder one to find. And it's not cracked ice, so it's not like it's super special to somebody. Um, I just don't see anything like it right now. But because it's a guy that's going to be of the hottest autos right now, um, I would say it could go anywhere from like as low as 150 to as high as 400. Just depends on the guy. Only Panini has the NBA license. 200 to 350. Yeah, that's in the range. I'm even doing a wider range because there's just not a lot of data out there. Somebody will say, "Yeah, but the number to 5 contenders went for $200." Well, so did the number 20 to 20 contenders optic. But the number to 15 went for the you can look at the comps and skew it any way you want. I wouldn't call you names for asking 400 for it, and I wouldn't blame you for taking 150 for it because you only spent 100 on the box. But the way I look at it is probably if I had to set a price for it myself and I had it on my table and I was selling it, I'd put it out at 300. That's what I would personally put it at. So Daniel, hoops. Let's see what we got in hoops here. All right, I got 5 boxes. I need you to pick me a number from 1 to 5. 5 boxes. Pick me a number from 1 to 5. And I'm curious to see what's going to end up happening this year. Usually it's contenders, draft, and then you got to wait till Elite Extra Edition to see him again in a Panini product. I'm curious to see will the fact that there's 3 Panini products leading up to Bowman draft, if that's going to affect his autograph values and saturate the market, or could it have the opposite effect? All right, there's more available. There's more to collect of him. Will it increase the interest when Bowman comes out? Will people still be looking for these Panini autographs when historically the Bowman tends to knock the wind out of the sails for them? So I'm curious. Contenders added those contenders optics. I think those are pretty cool. There's more variety. Contenders has multiple photo variations. Then you got Prizm. Prizm basketball was white hot. That doesn't mean it's gonna turn that way for baseball. All right, Prizm baseball was never a hot product. There's some good stuff that came out of it, but it was never a hot product. Numero uno. All right, Daniel, good luck. I hope we pull that 1 of 1 Zion and totally destroy the market on this product. Why not? Got some decent hits in the Prizm football break, but nothing earth-shattering. We want to make an impact. So here we go. Hoops. Generally regarded as a lower end product, but I feel like the last few years, especially, basketball, a little lower print run than football, with the craziness of the market, I feel like people will just buy, some people will just buy anything right about now. You know what I mean? Especially if it's an in-demand set. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when Prizm basketball retail comes out? It's going to be crazier than the last few years. This hoops design feels, it feels very 90s to me. Does anybody else feel the same way? This year's hoops design is kind of stuck in the 90s. Guess there's nothing wrong with that, right? The insert cards have a nice feel to them. I feel like the base cards are very 90s looking. Yeah, I think this year I'll probably end up with one box of Prizm basketball instead of the 2 and 4 that I got the previous 2 years. I'll be lucky to get one. All right, here we go. Prizm basketball. So we got DeAndre Ayton. Not a bad start with the Suns last year, averaging over 16 points a game and 10 rebounds. Rui Hachimura. Tribute rookie. How do you tribute a rookie? That doesn't make any sense. So, Tom Chambers. Hot signatures. Not numbered. But they look cool. It's the Phoenix Suns. It should be hot. Darius Baisley. KZ Okpala. Miaoni. Oh, this is definitely throwback look. Charles Barkley. Marvin Bagley III. Rui's hot? Well, we'll give him some 1 cent love then. 1 cent love for Rui Hachimura. Name makes me think of Hatchimals. I don't know why. But it does sound pretty close, doesn't it? Let me get these inserts in there too. You see a big name rookie, you let me know. I know the biggest ones, but I'm probably missing some of the others. There's R.J. Barrett. That's 1 cent love right there. Chuma Okeke. Isaiah Roby. Kyle Lowry, NBA City. Brandon Clark. Cody White. Ja Morant. Ja Morant, get a little 1 cent love too. Got Ben Simmons, courtside insert. That's a cool pick. It's very Stadium Club-esque. Again, if anybody else is looking for any personals, Let me know. Baisley, Nasir Little, Walt Frazier. Legends of the Ball. I wonder if in the WNBA cards they had the bell of the ball. That would have been good. PJ Washington Jr. Got De'Aaron Fox. Cameron Johnson, Terrence Mann. Got Steph Curry, 149 out of 2019. Road to the finals. Trae Young. Nikhil Alexander Walker. Kyrie Irving. Victor Oladipo, purple. Josh Reeves, Jalen Howell. Jason Tatum, high voltage. It's a cool looking card. Porzingis. Eric Paschal. LeBron James. Lauri Markkanen. I was really hoping we'd pull his signature. Anybody see this guy sign yet? His signature is kind of brutal. For his sake, I hope he changes it a little bit. There's Darius Baisley again. What we got next? Yeah, LeBron's always worth a few bucks. Got Allen Iverson. And another hot signatures. Sekou Doumbouya. Sekou Doumbouya. Booyah! For the Pistons. And 11 out of 199. Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, if anybody hasn't figured it out yet, Tremont Waters signs his name with his first initial and the beginning of his last name. Yeah, those two autographs are kind of rough. Sorry. That means the other 4 boxes can only be better. Maybe we can pull you a nice parallel or something. It's cool. Decent insert coming up. Base Zion. Let's do it. Let's see if we can at least do that. All right, here we go. All about that base. And then we got Giannis backstage pass. John Stockton. Kevin Porter Jr. D'Angelo Russell. Spark plugs. Golden State Warriors. Justin James. Goga Bitadze. Ty Jerome. LeBron, NBA City. Jarrett Culver. I think this was the one we pulled 10 out of Prizm, wasn't it? Marcus Luzada Silva. Hey, we got a purple parallel. Roy Hachimura. Wizards. All right. So there you go. Kobe. Kyle Guy. Legends of the Ball. Dwayne Wade. DeAndre Hunter. 168 out of 999. Jimmy Butler. Thornmaker. You don't score much. Excuse me. All about that base, Cody Martin. Mariel Shayton. Or Shayok. I'm sorry, Shayok. DeAndre Hunter. And high voltage, LeBron James. That's not too shabby. I like the Laker gold effect on that too. And there's LeBron James base card. Luka Samanik. Jordan Poole. 59 out of 99, Jeff Teague. Got Fultz on the Magic now. Talen Horton Tucker. Donovan Mitchell is the other purple. I guess these are 1 in every 8 packs. Jalen Brunson and Dion Waiters. So, thank you, Daniel. Still wish we could have at least gotten that base Zion, but definitely I would say some good inserts in that. Couple of decent parallels. And yeah, that just could have been a little bit better. Booyah. So, last call for anything tonight. Again, we're going to get back to work tomorrow and try to push some of these other breaks that have been on the board a while. And we're probably going to pick one to push hard. And it's probably going to be 2018 Allen Ginter. I am considering making that a guaranteed break for Sunday. If it doesn't get to 25 sooner, it'll break Sunday night. So, anybody got anything for me right now? Any other personals that they would like done? Or any questions on any of the breaks that we have up, including the 2 scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now? Otherwise, I'm pretty worn out. I will probably be heading right to bed. So, thank you all for joining us tonight. And we'll be ready to rip you a new one tomorrow. See everybody soon.